Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 16th annual Other Israel Film Festival. I'm Rabbi Joanna Samuels. I'm very proud to be the CEO of the Marlene Meyerson JCC Manhattan, and it is wonderful to be together in person. We have never and will never take being a community for granted. We made these films available virtually, but movies are better together. And so we hope that those who are not here will join us in person all week. And this week we celebrate something special, which is the art of listening and the art of conversing, the art of hearing other voices, of seeing those who are not seen, and of raising the voices that get lost in Israeli society. We just witnessed another election in Israel, and we anticipate our own midterm elections here in the coming week. What we know is that, like never before, we need to raise our voices for justice, for peace, for dignity, and for humanity. And so the topics raised in these films could not be more relevant and important for us to take in. We need to hear the other, we need to hear one another, and we need to work together to build a better tomorrow. This festival is one of a kind and can only exist in a diverse and supportive community like this one. I want to thank the leadership of the JCC for its bravery, for its depth, for its commitment to understanding. We take these values into everything we do. During the pandemic, our Wexler Center for Modern Aging started a program in partnership with the Jerusalem municipality called English Overseas, where we connected Israeli teens with New York older adults to help improve the teens' English over Zoom and build connections for older adults. Hundreds have participated, and this year we're expanding this program to the Arab sector in East Jerusalem as well. And we could not be prouder to be practicing what we preach at this festival of inclusivity and of opportunity for all people. I want to give a huge congratulations to the team of incredible professionals that put this together. And if you're here, if you could raise your hand. Juliet Kleitz, our program administrator. Ryan Botita, our program associate. Caroline Calandro. Maria Teresa Fidalgo Aziz. Carmel Lotan. Lauren Mariah Stern, our associate director. And the incredible Yitzi Zablocki, the senior director of the Carol Zabar Center for Film. I also want to give a shout out to our amazing AV team and thank profoundly Francoise Simon for her ongoing generous support. The Other Israel Film Festival happens year after year thanks to the unwavering passion and bravery of one person. That person is Carol Zabar. And this could not be possible without you.
Do you see how disabled I am? I'm so short. Okay. So I'm going to start this with an anecdote that I hadn't thought I would include. I was raised during the McCarthy era. And my father, who had been a communist in his younger years, knew a lot of people who were really impacted, who lost their jobs, etc. So that's one side of it. The other side is I lived in a very liberal neighborhood. And once a week, we got together in the auditorium watching a short by Frank Sinatra, The House I Live In. And I will never forget, even to this day I get chills thinking of it, how I felt when they were singing The House I Live In, how together with these people, who most of them I didn't know. So that leads me back to what we're doing. After 15 years of showing movies about Palestinian and others, We have had people who have talked about these movies, experts, and we have also had Zoom, something I never thought would ever happen. And so thousands of people have been able to see these movies about what's going on in the other Israel. And that doesn't just mean Arabs, as you'll see. So when I think of this past week and the elections in Israel, I thought, wow, we have made some impact. Not. But the truth is, you can never stop trying. You can never stop trying. Saul and I watched The Way We Were the other day. And Barbara Streisand, while being very annoying, was also the kind of person that gets things done. She never stops. She never stops. So that's what we need. Israel is very clear it needs to be changed. And we have to figure out how we as American Jews can possibly help with that change. And frankly, I don't know what it is. If somebody could think of another song like The House I Live In, probably a good start. I hope this week's films will allow people to let sunshine into their hearts. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Carol. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Saul. Thank you for everything you've done to make this possible and for being here. I'm Isaac Zablocki. I'm the director of the Carol Zabar Center for Film and the Other Israel Film Festival. How many of you are seeing a movie in a theater tonight for the first time since the pandemic? Welcome back. Welcome back. We've been here all along, and please keep coming. Bring back watching movies together. It's really the only way or the best way to do it. I want to thank our amazing team here and acknowledge that all of this whole week only happens thanks to them. Juliette Kleitz, Ryan Botita, Caroline Calandro, Maria Teresa Fidalgo Aziz, Carmelo Tan, Lauren Mariah Stern. I am honored to work with such a team who do such a fabulous job. I also want to acknowledge one of the founding voices behind the festival, Ravit Turjuman, who directed this festival for 10 years, is back with us. She's now our interim director of our Real Abilities International program, and we're so grateful to have her back. And Yara Kedem, who took Ravit's place for the last 5 years, she's here as well, so it's a real reunion. Beyond our team, I want to give a big thank you, of course, to our marketing department here, to Jessica, to our PR department, to Lauren, to Sam, Matt, and Jeff from our AV team who make all this magic happen, and all the staff here that support us at the JCC. Every film at this festival is followed by a conversation, and we have amazing filmmakers here. I want to give a big thank you to a few of the filmmakers who are with us tonight. Karnit Mandel, who is the director of A Real War, Shalal. Thank you. Orit Ophir Ronel, who is the director of Razuk Tattoo. We actually made Other Israel temporary tattoos. Temporary. So make sure to tattoo yourself before you leave tonight. Your grandchildren will be very, very proud. Asaf Banit of Soldier's Opinion is here with us. Ido Glass of Dead Sea Guardians. Moshe Alafi of Samaritans here with us as well. And Yael Melamed, who is the producer of 1341 Frames of Love and War about Micha Bar'am, is here with us as well. Thank you. And they'll all be here in person, in conversation throughout the week. These conversations are an opportunity to dive deeper into the themes of the festival and the themes of the films. And we thank all of our filmmakers and experts for participating. And we urge you, our audiences, to be a part and just remind you to do so respectfully. We hope this festival inspires you to take further action and towards towards engagement. And for this, I want to thank all of our partners. Our partners do the work on the ground year-round, and we have many of them with us. They were up on the screen before. And please check our partner page to learn about all of them. I want to give a big thank you to many of them who are helping lead our conversations, especially highlight the Interagency Task Force on Arab-Israeli Issues, Partners for Progressive Israel, the Abraham Fund Initiative, who will be leading a virtual event on Arabic in Israel, and all the political associations to that. New York Jewish Agenda, Sisu, our Ulpan here, Encounter, BJ, B'nai Jeshurun, and Breaking the Silence, the Taub Center at NYU, Americans for Peace Now, J Street, Jews for Racial and Economic Justice, who are hosting a reception for one of our screenings as well, and Trua, and of course the New Israel Fund, who's one of our founding partners. And every year, NIF creates a wonderful field guide of organizations that relate to each specific film, how you could get more involved. Please follow that guide carefully. When you feel inspired by these movies and the conversations, you'll know where to turn. Tomorrow night, we're featuring 1341 Frames of Love and War by Ron Tal about photographer Micha Baram. Anybody here a fan of Micha Baram's work? There are still some out there. It'll be an unforgettable film and much more coming up all week. Please tell your friends. Now to tonight's film. Tonight's film opened the Sundance Film Festival. Through the story of Tantura, we get the story of two conflicting narratives that exist. It deals with a tough part of Israel's history and legacy. This film will not be comfortable for everyone in this room, and we thank you for those of you who are leaving their comfort zone for taking that chance. Some institutions believe that you cannot show films that are critical of Israel. We've been accused just this week, once again, of being anti-Israel because we show films that give this critical perspective, like tonight's film. But we believe that the opposite is actually true and think that when you love something, you can have a discussion on how to make it better. You can be critical. I'm sure we all have that with our families. I think my wife's not here anymore, but she should hear that. There is nothing more important than having a critical approach and seeking to repair wrongdoings. This is what tonight's film is, I believe, really about, and what this festival is ultimately really about. Listening, reflecting, and driving change. And that is needed now more than ever, as Joanna mentioned. We will have the director, Alon Schwartz, who's here with us tonight. He will be joining us for a conversation right after the film, so please stay seated because I feel that's a part of the movie as well. And for those of you who stay, you'll be rewarded with a reception upstairs right after the Q&A in the lobby. Please silence your cell phones. Keep them in your pockets throughout the screening. And thank you very much. Enjoy.